Hi friends, thanks for watching Unboxing Friends. I know I've been absent from the Pokemon game. That's pretty much because Pokemon is absurd in cost, so I decided that if I'm going to take my money that I'm spending on Pokemon cards, I'm going to put it into something equally as expensive, just not as consistently as expensive or hard to find. So I went with the saltwater aquarium hobby. I noticed that online there are no videos or unboxings or setup videos of any kind for a Red Sea G3 625 Max. This is basically like their all-in-one plug-and-play package. I ordered it from our local fish store called the Aqua Dome in Austin. I'm sure aficionados have heard of the Aqua Dome, and if you haven't, just check them out on YouTube. They're unlike any other fish store you'll find. But this is what it comes in. 880 pounds worth of crap. I wouldn't call it crap, but I did. So we're gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you the tour of the unboxing, and we'll do a time lapse hopefully of the setup, depending on how frustrated I get, and then setup, cycling, fish, and coral is how we're doing this. So stay tuned, I'm gonna edit this video up. All right guys, so it wouldn't be an unboxing if I didn't show the unboxing of the huge ass crate. As far as what was on top, it was the skimmer, the mat, and some cabinet doors, and then 2 boxes marked as extra parts. I'll take another, or I'll add another piece in here to show you what was in those boxes. But we're gonna go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. So, all right friends, so we got the top unscrewed. We're gonna open it up and see what's inside. I failed to mention, kids don't use power tools without your parents present. And don't vape until you're 21. All right, let's see what's in the box. Oh boy, that's a heavy ass top. It's not really heavy, it's just long. So we can see our giant tank with the Euro bracing. So that's pretty cool. Whatever this is, and whatever that is, oh, this is the overflow. And top skimmer. I don't know what this is, but you know, we're gonna find out. So check it out. They just kind of threw this shit in there. It looks like, oh no, this is securing it, so I guess I can be okay with that. Let's just hope everything is in great condition. Right now it does look like it is, and you can see that the tank has a very thick glass. One of the problems with the G2s, from what I was researching, is that they tend to leak after a few years, but Red Sea has Euro brace now, so if my tank ever leaks, 5-year warranty. So they're pretty good about the warranty stuff, and the amount of money we spend on things like this, they better be. We're gonna move shit inside and we'll continue the video there. Hi friends, here is the tank, and my dumbass forgot about weight. This thing weighs 340 pounds, and there is absolutely no way my wife and I are going to be able to move this, much less lift it up about 4 feet to put it on the stand once the stand has been built. So, hindsight, be sure to think about these things before you buy super heavy ass shit. And of course the floor is rated for it. We're not putting it upstairs or anything stupid like that. So that should be good. But I did want to show you guys the tank real quick. There is the top skimmer. Honestly, if you come around here, I can take the tape off and show you what the inside looks like if you care about that. So you can see, well, you sort of can see those little circles down there. You know, Bear, please move. Sorry about my daughter, guys. She's very curious. That is where the plumbing will go for the overflow here, and the surface skimmer. The sump is included. In fact, let me show you guys a bit of the equipment. Come on, Yuna.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is so cool, isn't it? All right. So, here's my trash cans full of pre-made seawater that I have not yet. I'm gonna need another one, is what I'm trying to say. And then here's the cabinet base that comes with it. We have the slide out control panel 60. It actually came with the utility basket, surprise. Did not realize it would do that. It said nothing about that on the site. So that's cool. We got the cabinet doors. Here is the hardware. Each box is labeled with a number to indicate what exactly is in what. I still don't see the lights. It's got to be in one of these boxes here, obviously. And then we have the Red Sea Reefer 625 G3 Sump. Some more cabinets. Una, please don't do that, sweetheart. They included the big boy. That skimmer is quite expensive, actually, so makes sense why all of this costs so much. We've got the ReeferMat, which is also another big boy, and the ATO. And then here's our plumbing. So this is what it looks like out of the box. So all that is what I'm going to be working with tonight to set up the stand. We hired some movers who are insured, going to come and move the tank for us tomorrow and put it up on the stand up to the step in the instructions that it states. If you're wondering what that is, here is our reefer instruction manual. Very handy, but also it looks very frustrating. So just to give you guys an idea, we'll be doing steps 1, not that you all care about any of this, all the way up to 23, where the stand and the tank meet. So once we get to this step here, we will be putting things on hold, and from that point the movers will be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. to handle it for me. Una, please leave things alone. Thank you. Leave it alone, please. She just wants to help, and she's not doing a very good job of helping. She's more just giving me freaking anxiety. All right, guys. Well, I'll edit some more in once we get a little further. All right, friends. So, update. We're working on building the thing. Got most of our stuff out. Labels on the boxes could be a little better. Some of the pieces that are listed in the instruction manual with a certain label aren't necessarily there. Like, for instance, you can see here that this says 8623G31. There is no mention of that number in the instructions, so we're going to have to go based on pictures. What am I looking at?
This is where it should show.
Correlate with the number.
Yep.
So we don't see anything with that 8 on there. Other than that, as far as the boxes, the mixed parts boxes actually come with your extra stuff you need, like your return pumps and your, wave makers. So there's that. And I was worried that my lights weren't here, but they're in this one. We can see that we get the Reef LED G2 visor, so it actually comes with visors for the lights, which is pretty awesome. Didn't say that online. Here are the arms, the mechanical arms for the lights themselves. And then the controller for the pumps. It'll be mounted in our there it is, the slide-out control panel. And as far as the lights that come with it, we are looking at some pretty high-quality lights. The G2 170s, so the good ones. Everything is real, upgraded in the 625. Best skimmer, probably overkill, but still, I'm fine with it. And the ReefMat 1200, if I'm not mistaken, this is the top one as well. So a bit overkill on both. But anyways, just wanted to give you guys an update. I probably won't be doing the time lapse of the construction because I don't need you to see me cry. I will talk to you guys later. And of course, this will be a longer video than this, but splicing, bruh. So just a quick update, friends. I didn't show the sump. When you unbox the sump, it's here, but something cool is, I don't know if you can see it, but in the sump, they included the filter socks holder. So if I ever want to switch from the ReefMat to the filter socks, which I don't know why I would, I can. So far, no progress really being made. Just wanted to give another video cut real quick of what we're doing or what we've seen. And there's our mat. Keep in mind that if you ever have a big tank, you need a mat on your floor so that the corners of the actual stand do not bend or warp over time. Not to mention it also helps protect your carpet. Yes?
Use the online instructions. It will help you.
Use the online instructions because the paper ones suck. All right, that's the update. All right, fellas, so 1:30 in the morning. We started this venture around 7, maybe, like we're actually building around 7, and we got it to this point. This is where you stop and put the tank on. And as I mentioned a little earlier, probably about 30-45 seconds ago, considering I'll be editing the hell out of this video, yeah, that's what, we can't lift it. So we're gonna get people over here tomorrow, and they have insurance, so if they break it, they will buy it. But that's what we need to do. Basically, the skimmer needs to, and the overflow needs to line up here. It'll go down into the sump where the plumbing shall be, which you should be able to see little hooks for where some of the plumbing's gonna come through. But you don't put the floors in just yet. Oh, it took exactly 5 hours and 21 minutes to do this. Just real quick, there's the sump, here's the doors, the floors, lights. It actually came with the visor. 2 of our wave makers there. The return pump, skimmer, ReefMat. Here's the ATO. Pretty cool. Does not come with an ATO tank, though, for your refill. In fact, they solicit you on the back. They're like, hey, buy our expensive reef can because it has the ability to adapt directly to the pump. Neat. Thanks, guys. I'll go get a fucking bucket. All right. With that in mind, this is this, and we will update you tomorrow. Probably not going to see the guys moving the tank because that's kind of weird to videotape people that you just don't know. And as you can see, my dogs, they're like, why are you blocking me in? But they'll be okay. All right. That's the update. See you in just a minute.
I'm thinking it may have to be like where I put my side on first. Oh, you're kind of holding it.
Oh, I see.
And kind of slide it with you.
Okay.
Unless you can get it up with me, then let's do that. But,
Should I be on the shortest or back to the middle? I lifted it on the middle one, so I feel like I should be on the short.
Yeah, let's go short for you. I'm going to go in the middle.
Okay.
And just lift with your legs.
Ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
Hello.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Hang on. Oh. Maybe I should go back middle.
See what middle feels like.
It felt better.
Yeah. Because low, that's a lot of the weight down there.
All right.
Careful putting too much pressure on this.
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, see, now I'm too short.
Oh, no.
Okay. Let's think about this for a moment.
So guys, Little Guys Movers were successful. In fact, they were a team of a male and a female, and I was pretty surprised that they had a woman. Not that I'm sexist, it's just that you typically don't see women in movers jobs, and that chick was strong. So shout out to her for doing such a great job, and also shout out to Nick. They were able to get this done for me, and holy hell if it didn't come with its challenges. I'm just happy their backs are fit for this and I didn't have to use mine. So with that in mind, if you want to take a look at this, it is perfectly flush. The sump, or the back, the top skimmer there, plumbing is perfectly aligned. So the next thing is to install the floors and then the plumbing, I believe, and then we will be installing the components on the inside. And once that's completed, the doors will go on. And I think we'll be done at that point. We can fill her up. So probably next video we'll give you an update once the plumbing and the flooring is in, and then an update with all the equipment, you know, unboxing the skimmer, the mat, the ATO, the lights, all of it. I'll make sure to get a video there. And yeah, I think from that point we'll just cut it, and then the next video will be filling up the tank. So almost there, fellas. Alright guys, so we're gonna open the sump. Wouldn't be an unboxing if I just unboxed a bunch of stuff without showing you. I opened it up earlier and showed you a little bit. We can see that it's on its side from in the box, because here's the top. So I'm gonna lay this down and go ahead and cut this thing out, because I don't want to try to pull on the glass like that. Thank you so much. You are a huge help, sweetheart.
I apologize in advance for the shoddy camera work.
Excuse me, I don't need you to help me cut it, okay?
Yeah. What is it?
Come this way. Yuna?
Sweetheart, please back up. Okay, there's that.
There's that.
There's that.
There's that one. And this one. Cut it. Ooh. What's in it?
What's in it? Well, sweetheart, it looks like it's a fishy tank. Hey, don't pull on that. Yeah.
I see it.
Oh, it's so cute.
Hey, can you? It's so cute. Come over here.
Come this way. Daddy's got to pull the box. Come on. Further this way. Back it up.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what's included
Wait.
in our sump?
Yeah.
Daddy's got to pull it out. Hold on.
Oh, well. So we got a few things.
Yeah.
We got a sump. We got some styrofoam because this is essential for your fish.
Yeah.
And this right here
Yeah.
is a refugium
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
You can see it here. So we'll put our Kato in here and get our copepod population going.
And this and the water.
Yeah, thank you. That's great.
That's the water.
Yeah, water goes in there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Me.
So
Yeah.
Yuna, I really need you to back up,
as far as
honey.
the sump is concerned,
Yeah.
my daughter really wants to help. It looks like they provided me with some cool extras, because we already had the reefer mat, but we've also got
What these?
filter socks.
What these?
That's pretty awesome. If I decide I don't want to use the reefer mat for some
What
reason,
these?
I can choose to use the filter socks.
Yeah. It's so cool.
But we will be using the mat because the mat is cool and automated. Whoop. Oh, look at this. We've even got a filter here too. That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Back it on up, girl. You are just in the way, aren't you? This right here is actually where our, I'm almost certain this is where the auto top-off sensor is going to be sitting. So that way we are able to utilize the auto top-off. The sump has some interesting sealant on it, but that makes sense that they would seal it. All right. Well, guys, this is the sump. We're going to go ahead and install it in the tank over here, the big portion. I showed you a little bit earlier, but once that's completed, we'll go ahead and do the plumbing, I believe, comes next, and then the doors, and then after the doors, we install our extra equipment. Hopefully, we'll probably just install the pump, the skimmer, and the mat before we put the doors on. It just seems like it'll be easier that way. And that's it. and I will update you on the next steps. Thanks. It's been a long day. A very frustrating day. We've got the pump installed. If you don't mind, turn and show them the pump.
Pump is fully installed.
No, the pump is down here. You can see the red.
Trying to get all of it.
Right there behind the filter sock.
We'll go in here. I don't know if you can see it that well. I apologize for the lighting. That is the pump.
And that tube there is a pain in the ass to cut.
This right here is what he's talking about, and yes. All right.
Now, we're gonna need this for all of the electronics attached to the pump. This is called the dual controller. The pump will plug in through here and allow us to control from the controller. Forgive my daughter, she is quite loud. I wanted to unbox this since it's not a true unboxing unless we unbox everything together. So, with that in mind,
Okay.
we have our manual. You can read this when you buy one. I think they're like $100 or something. Here is the controller. You can see
He is. Do you hear this?
the pump 1 and pump 2. We only have one pump that we're going to be using, so we will be plugging into this port here. This is where your skimmer goes. You can see the attachment here. So we'll be plugging in the skimmer, so that way it connects to the ReefBeat app. This is going to be your water testers or sensors. Unit is $600, and I am not about to spend $600 right now on that, especially when the tank hasn't even made it through the nitrogen cycle. We'll probably get that when we start adding some LPS, SPS stuff. By the way, those are corals. In case you didn't know, they're different kinds of corals. And these right here are your controls to pause and play the pump, the return pump, and increase the pumping speed or volume. There is a nice little controller that's attached to the pump, which I will show you. So if you didn't have this, it's okay. You just can't connect to the ReefBeat app with it. And the controller itself is right here. You can see that you can turn up how much it actually pumps. So that will be connected by all of these doohickeys here. There are 3. One goes to the controller, and another one goes to that controller, and then the final one goes to the power, which you can see, I believe this is a female jack. Yes, I'm holding it by the cord, and I probably shouldn't be. Anyways, for the purpose of the video, I believe that should cover what we have going. We're going to pick this up tomorrow because we have been working diligently all day to get the progress to this point. And that tank, just in case you forgot, is extraordinarily heavy. And I had to blow a bunch of money on a moving crew to get that shit up. Alright guys, well, thanks again. We'll see you real soon. Hi friends, so we're going to open the control panel. I'm going to get this put in there before we put the doors on. Instructions say otherwise, and there's also this brace here that keeps the sump in. We're not going to put that on right away either, just because we want to get all the equipment installed. We're going to need to do the mat, and then we're going to need to do the sump, or the skimmer, and we need to get all of the control panels and everything mounted over here, so we're not going to really follow the directions at the moment for the doors and all of that, but the stand and the plumbing is all done. It's just a matter of getting the equipment in. So again, in true unboxing fashion, we're going to open this together. See if I can get this done without having to flip this thing over. Shouldn't be too terrible. It's just tape, even though I am quite weak. Alright. We took a trip up to Aquadome today because I realized that my tank is a lot bigger than I expected. And because of that, I'm going to need a hell of a lot more rocks, and I needed about 40 pounds more sand because I only got 100. We went with the, I think it's Carib Sea live sand, and it is Fiji Pink, so we went with fine grain. Some people like it, some don't. They say that the water movement really messes up their sand bed, but if I'm being honest with you, I like the way it looks. And the goal of all this was to bring a little piece of Fiji to my living room. An expensive freaking goal. All right, let's get started by unboxing this here. You can see the instructions. If you buy one, you can read it. We're not going through that. And then it looks like we've got the panel here. And stuff that I'm sure I will find out what it is here in a minute. We got the caps to make it look all pretty. By the way, get yourself a power drill if you plan to purchase a full kit like this, or a Red Sea stand and tank. It helps a lot.
And extra drill heads.
Oh yeah, get extra drill bit heads because they will strip if you're not careful or they're old. But that is something other than aquarium related. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing installed.
We'll lift it out so they can see how big it is. Okay. That's what she said. There we go.
Here's the slide out. It's got its pre-drilled holes. All right.
There we go.
Looking good. And then we've also, looks like it's got the mounting template, so that way you can pre-do everything, get your measurements right the first time. See you in a second. All right, guys and gals, we successfully got the side panel installed. It's wonderful. Real pain in the ass. Measure 3 times, drill once. But also, if you're in the US, it says, I think, 5 millimeters or 3 millimeters, whatever. The size of the drill bit is 1/8. Okay, just do 1/8 and you'll be all right. Take care of the conversion for you. We're not gonna, as I mentioned earlier, we're not going to put in the support bar for the sump just yet because we have other things that we have to do. And we're not going to put in the dual controller just yet because the skimmer connects to the dual controller and we have to make sure that the wiring looks good. We got to get it all routed and then put the controller inside of the utility box portion. So we're going to go ahead and open the skimmer. From what I understand, this thing comes in pieces, but it's extraordinarily easy to put together. So with that in mind, don't use these without adult supervision. It is a razor blade. And definitely be careful not to cut your stuff. Yeah, I wanted to say something else, but I'm sure this video already has a ton of cussing in it, so it'll be alright. But now we open the Red Sea skimmer. Looking good. Okay. So as you can see, they use some rubber bands. This will go perfect with my rubber band ball. Extra goodies. All right. It'll be just like Sump with these things when I'm finished. All right. So it appears that I can actually lay my egg crate down and open it this way. We have nothing in this side, and this is the big boy skimmer. Wow, that thing's big. Okay, so we've got our cone. Looks like there's some tubing inside the cone. I believe this, I'm not gonna do that actually. The tubing is to go out to that air take to stop dripping. This is a controller, so that way you can control how much flow is in it. Looks like this might be the lid. We're not, well, I guess I gotta open it anyway, so why not show you what's up. Oh yeah, this goes in the bottom actually. This is where the water comes through and turns into bluebells. So that's cool. We'll figure all that out. And then we've got the cup, the Skimmer cup, which now that I'm holding it in my hand makes sense that's not the cup. It's a big boy. If you know anything about these, they have auto leveling and all that good stuff, but you can't really just like leave it. You still have to program things. It's more like a safety precaution. But here's our cup, quite large, very nice. And then this is probably the pump. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the, there's actually a sensor that goes inside the cup. In order to calibrate this thing, we have to take a cup of our salt water and dip it, which we will do. We're not really gonna worry about powering it on right away, but that is the sensor. Here's the tube for the drain. Basically got our power connectors. That's what leads to the controller panel. So we're not gonna really mess around with this stuff too much. I don't wanna get everything all out of place, but just know it's additional parts to set things up. And then this is definitely gonna be the pump. I think Seco, something like that. Yeah, really well-known pumping company. It's made in Italy, so you know it's good. All right, and yeah, so this goes in the bottom of the sump and pulls the water in, pushes it up into that, which then bubbles up into the foam cup. So that is the parts. I wanted to give you guys a quick showing. We are, you know, honestly, I don't see the instructions, so
It's probably one we have to scan.
I'll let you know as soon as I'm no longer frustrated. Alright friends, so we are in the final stretch. We've got the skimmer put back there. We're going to be working on the wiring with the command center there. And then shortly after that, we're going to put the reef mat in, since we won't need to play with the sump really anymore, and everything else will just be like direct wiring. So we have 2 more control boxes we have to do. We have the ATO, so we're probably going to do the ATO before we do this. So let me grab that so I can show you what it looks like in the box. It's really nothing special. Comes with about 10 feet of... so we've got this, the user manual. Comes with your command strips, the control panel, the clippies. This is for your water sensor. You can see the leak detector here, and the water sensor for the water levels here, the power, of course, and then the pump. It's actually really basic stuff, so nothing too amazing to get into. If you've seen a ATO, I'm sure this looks a lot like any other ATO. We will continue to update you once it's installed, but we're not gonna worry too much about this. I think we'll get this actually before we put this in, just to keep things clean. So let's open up this thing, because this is what's important, and then we'll follow up by opening up the lights and the wave makers. Granted, that's not going to happen for a minute, because I think we're going to probably put sand and rocks in there, since the wave makers are, you know, they're not necessary until the tank has water. So, and the lights not necessary until I've got some corals and stuff, but we'll get the lights on there, of course. With that in mind, let's go. So this is the big boy ReefMat, the 1200, which is, I guess, the biggest one. I mean, I got a 131 gallon display, and then the sump is about 31 gallons or 32 gallons. So I can see kind of like with the full volume of everything being around 160, something like that, they would give me the bigger ones. Remember, this is the 625 G3. So again, I didn't see any videos for this particular set, especially the full like comes with everything set. I assume that these are gonna be parts. I'm not gonna open these, like, no point. Looks like we got the sensor here. This is probably so that the roller knows when to roll. And then let's go ahead and take this out. And as you can see, we got the roller inside. It comes with the mat as well. This is actually really easy installation from what I understand. You just slide out the filter sock cups and slide this right in. As far as rolling it, it's pretty simple. You know, these compartments here open up like that. Once that's done, you put your mat on this roller. Once you've done that, you just thread it on through this. It goes actually down here beneath a like a little press. It kind of looks like a cheese grater, I guess is what you could call it. And then on the side of this particular mat is where the intake for the water comes in. We've got the hose for it, so we'll get that taken care of. And then of course we've got some attachments just in case you need different size fittings. I don't think I'll be needing some of these because it's all Red Sea. And then it looks like we've got some braces and the footies for it. So all of that stuff, pretty cool. This should not be too difficult of it, like I said, of a setup and install. That's why we kind of saved it. We'll update you. We'll get the Reef ATO put in, and then we'll put in the roller mat, and we'll show you the completed version of the sump. We'll put the doors on, and then we'll fill her up. So looking forward to it. It's been a long journey. This is about 3 days now and well over 10 hours of setup. So if you do plan to get a tank this size, just keep in mind they're really heavy. Be sure to get some friends to help you with the tank at the very least, and then prepare yourself, because as I've been saying this whole time, it's frustrating. It is so frustrating building things. Some people enjoy it. For me, I just want the damn thing done so I can reap the reward. So yeah, I'll update you soon, and thanks for sticking in this long, I suppose. Have a good one. Talk. All right, fellas, so we're gonna look at the unboxing for the Reef Wave 45. Actually comes with 2 of these. You get your handy dandy user manual, and then when you open it on up, you got stuff. You got a spare parts pack labeled as such. You got some white stuff. You got the controller, the actual pump itself, or wave maker. It's very heavy and magnetic, and the magnets are very strong. I don't want to get the magnet anywhere near this phone. And the power. I don't believe there's anything else in it. Is there anything else underneath the styrofoam?
Just connectors, like power cables, and I think these things, the sleeves.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's nothing much underneath it. This is what you see is what you get. It does connect to the ReefBeat app, so you can control flow and stuff like that. At least, yeah, it says it's ReefBeat ready, so that's good stuff. But outside of that, we are pretty much done. We've got these lights. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up some aquascaping. We got these rocks here, live rock, box of sand. I think I mentioned earlier we're doing Fiji pink. We have about 140 pounds of sand, and those rocks there are about another, I'd say almost 200 pounds. I don't know, maybe not 200 pounds. Actually, that'd be a lot. I don't know. Who cares? It's quite a bit. You know, it's been a long day. So, anyways, we're gonna set up the aquascape. I'm gonna fill it with sand. There's our tank. I'll give you guys a quick review of the insides once all the electrical is done, and we'll go from there. But these are the next things to be set up after these pumps, or wave makers, excuse me. All right, see you soon. All right, guys. It looks like I threw my vape in the trash can, but we found it. I know that's not what I'm starting this video for, but that's what you hear. So, this is it. My wife actually put this whole thing together pretty much by herself. I get pretty frustrated doing things, and I used my frustration as an excuse to not do anything. So I kind of feel bad about that.
You tried.
I really want to, I mean, I helped a little. Like, you know, I tightened things and drilled things and stuff. But we got it pretty much done. I just want to kind of show you guys a little bit here. My wife did some pretty awesome wiring. We've got our control panels. I know you can barely see those things, but we got our control panels. The wiring comes up all together and goes through here and then down into here where these control panels will be mounted and sorted tomorrow. I'll of course show you guys when it's done. That container right there will be my RO water. And that's what the top off will do. This right here, this is the drain line that connects to the Sump's, or the Skimmer's cup. We have a refugium already here and the roller mat. All plumbing seems to be done. Hopefully there's no leaks. I doubt there will be though. We were pretty thorough. As far as the tank is concerned, we got our Fiji sand. We put in our Rockscape. Can't really see it for its glory right now. It's not the most rocks ever, but it'll do considering that we're broke. Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys another update. Well, I definitely will, not hopefully, and I'll show you when we get this thing filled up. 131 gallon display, 33 gallon sump. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud. This is actually my first tank for marine wildlife. I've done freshwater cichlids in the past. A really nice Oscar. But like most of us, when we go to the store, the guy just wants to sell you the fish and doesn't bother to tell you that it gets like 2 feet long. So we had to get rid of my Oscar. I had to rehome it. But that worked out pretty well. Went to a good home. So other cichlids, you know, electric blue, things like that. So freshwater has really been my domain. Nitrogen cycle, I'm not a stranger to, but everything else I certainly am when it comes to marine life. And I am doing a mixed reef, so I'm just diving in. I want SP or LPS and softies. We might end up getting some SPS later on down the line when we're a little more experienced. But for now, I think my goal is to work up to the Euphyllia group. Those are torches, hammers, frog spawn. Here they're pretty simple to keep, but they can also be a little finicky. We've got our pumps in the back, or our wave makers. Nothing is powered right now. We're not going to power anything until I'm sure that there's no leaks and water is in the sump. So we'll definitely show that though. Anyways, it's been quite a journey, guys. Got to put the doors on and the last brace, but anyway, see you soon. All right, guys, so we're going to do the lighting fixtures. I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, and then once we have them installed, we are virtually done. We just got to finish filling the tank with another, I would say, 55 gallons or so of water. I have it I have the RO going right now. We stayed up till 7 a.m. doing things. We've got probably another 5 hours left, and we'll be done with the full setup. So if you guys buy a larger tank, don't expect it to go overnight. It is a project, but do it right. You know, I know that I mentioned earlier my wife set up most of the construction for the actual tank and stand, which I'm greatly appreciative of. But she's very meticulous as well about wiring. Wiring is a big deal when you're doing these kind of things. You know, you're going to be under that in the sump, and you're going to be maintaining that quite a lot. So it is very important for you to take the time you need to route things properly. I know it's exciting. You want to get water in it. Doing that is a great, you know, getting water in it's great. But just take your time. You know, as they say in reefing, nothing happens fast. So just do yourself a favor. So we'll go ahead and open up this mounting bracket or mounting arm. Probably not much to see here. Stuff inside the box. You can see they put the styrofoam to make things come a little better. Here's the clippy. We've also got the bar, the styrofoam. You're supposed to put this inside the water. And then your fish eat off of it. And then the bracket itself. I don't quite know how it works just yet, but I'm sure it's not too complicated. So get yourself one of these. Or if you get the package I got, you should already have one. And then the light. Got the Reef G2 170s. LED manual. Power cable. Extension for the power cable and the light. The big old power box. Probably the biggest one that we have, actually. Makes sense though, because the light does take the most power, usually. This actually has its own fan on it to keep it cool, which is nice. And this spectrum is quite vivid and variable when it comes to your selections. You can see that it does have quite the spectrum on it. We're going to be running mostly blue light. I know that there's a lot of debate out there for running white light and algae growth and things like that, but from what I understand, I've been watching Reef Rookies. Logan is really informative and breaks things down quite a lot. So if you're planning on doing this journey, I recommend checking out Reef Rookies. It's a really good source of information. And from what he was saying, you know, there are different types of chlorophyll, A, B, C. And regardless of the spectrum you're using, there might not be as much of a certain chlorophyll, but you're in the blue spectrum, but you're still going to get growth. It's just something that you cannot really avoid. So, you know, don't kid yourself. Make your tank look pretty. Do it what makes you happy. White light, blue light. You know, you're not going to be able to avoid all the hurdles. Otherwise, this hobby wouldn't be what it is. You know, it's something that you challenge yourself to do. You recreate an ecosystem in your living room, in this case. And if you want to do that, you're going to need patience. You're going to need to do your research, and you're going to need to just understand that problems occur and you will have to work through them. So we're going to get these things set up. And oh, hey, that's right. Let me just show you this real quick. Almost failed to do that. Sorry, folks. This is the visor for the light. This, of course, stops like glare from it and things like that. So this is probably pretty handy to have. It's probably not much to see, but there you go. Rawr. I'm the lion, yay. Anyway, sorry for being cheesy, but that's the visor. It's a piece of plastic. So if you cared about that, now you know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get to it, and then I have a crap ton of boxes to take to the trash. We'll see you guys soon on the next one update. Hi friends, this is a video that's quite a bit after my initial setup. I actually failed to take a video of everything powered up, the wiring and stuff. So just going to edit this on to the end of the video here and show you. We've got our wave makers, our overskim, our overflow, another wave maker there. Cool thing here is we got us some dunkies, Dunking corals. They're doing pretty good. They're sleeping right now. Well, they're about to be. They're gonna retract a little bit, but they're normally a little larger than that. They're just retracted. Got some zoanthids right there. These are the Rastas. They're a little closed out too, mainly because the light. It's on a moon cycle at the moment. So here is the ATO reservoir, which is really nice. I got some scrubber, you know, magnetic, and this is a media basket that goes underneath the mat. And if we pull this out here, here is the panel, the slide out panel. Got our control pumps for the controller boxes for the wave makers. Sorry. You can see that the wiring is kind of together here, and when we close the thing, it automatically kind of like goes back and behind it. Keeps things nice. Here is the power control. We've got the heaters. This is the return pump controller, and then that is the circuit panel, or not circuit panel, excuse me, the surge protector. It's got all the labels on it for each one, so we know exactly what is what. And underneath here, we have our system, our sump. Can't really see it too well, but right now the skimmer's off because we are doing the nitrogen cycle. And the skimmer would just make things a little too difficult. The filtration is way too good on the reef mat, so you can see the water overflowing. That's because the reef mat isn't actually turning. I don't want it to right now. I want the bacteria to remain in the water and colonize in the sand. There's the return pump back there. And then off in the corner, which you cannot really see, is the ATO sensor. So, with all that being said, here she is. Very big, very beautiful, very heavy. Good 2,000 pounds sitting in my living room floor. But this is the end result of our labors. Yes, the nitrogen cycle is currently in progress, and yes, I do have corals. Good news is that it's okay to have corals during the nitrogen cycle. The reason is because it breaks down nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia themselves. So even a higher ammonia load isn't necessarily going to cause damage to the coral, because the coral have an easier time breaking down ammonia than they would breaking down nitrates and nitrites. It's a little bit of a less of a step, is the best way to think about it. So I'm not a freaking chemist or microbiologist or anything, but based on the research I've done online, again, shout out to Reef Rookies. Logan is extremely informative. That is the consensus. You do not need to worry too much. However, we're not going to use like Acropora in a cycling tank. You're going to want to use things that are a little more forgiving, much more hardy. The few SPS or LPS that are available, Duncan's is one of them. Very pretty. I like the polyps and the extension. And Zoas are pretty much just tanks in their own right. Did deal with one thing when I purchased the Duncan's from the local fish store. They came with a couple flatworms on them. But we dealt with those pretty quickly. Just a quick coral dip and they fell right off. I did find a bristleworm in there too, but I actually used hydrogen peroxide. Very strong. I would not suggest using hydrogen peroxide with more delicate corals, but the dip definitely worked. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this update. As time goes on, I'm going to be uploading more, trying to record and log the journey. As in reef keeping, we share knowledge, you know, peer study, that kind of thing, and really helps us get to a higher level, which is why we've seen so much growth since the dawn of the internet. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon when we add some new stuff.